Hello folks, 𝘊𝘀𝘀𝘭𝘥 here. We interrupt this episode of Primitive Technology to bring you more Oni. What are we doing? Well, we were kind of half ripping down the base, half rebuilding the base, and so on and so forth. What is your problem? Your body temperature? What? Needs 20, it's less than 20 degrees in there. That's what's happened. Okay, fine. That's fair. Going through the comments in the last little bit, we were talking about trying to force the dupes into parks, basically, by making them take a certain path, and thought about maybe using the central area as a corridor to go down. I think I'm not going to do that in the end, simply because the shower fits, and it would kind of mess with the whole setup on the sides here with the ladders and the fire poles. So I think I'm going to stick with having 6 rooms just like this built up, which we can do there. We can also go ahead and sweep all that crap out of there. There's a lot of stuff up here. I mean, a lot of stuff that I would like to move. I think the stuff on the ground under there is fine, but we will set up a quick little automated doohickey just like these up here to move all this junk. So get some overlap there, and I guess it doesn't matter wherever there because it's not going to cover it. And we'll put in 2 of these fine fellows like so, and we will ship this all off. Not there. We're gonna have to use a bridge, of course. Several, as it were. Oh, this is gonna get fun. Why was I gonna make another bridge? Doesn't matter. Come on, I cannot click. I'm click impaired. Thank you for your patience in the last week while I was away dog sitting. I am now home and back in my home office, all set up again. And beyond that, I got some good news, and I should be able to have, pardon me, should be able to repair that. That shouldn't be cut. Crap. Has that been, how long has that been happening? I don't know. Anyways, pardon my voice. The news, it's gotten me so emotional. It's, I'm gonna have my own place again. So for those who didn't know, I've been living with family for a little while, given the housing kind of crisis we're having, not only in this province, but it seems worldwide right now. And, yeah, I'm finally gonna be in a position, thanks to basically help from the government, that, I'm gonna be able to live independently again. I am a disabled person, so that's, you know, basically why that's happening, and I've been waiting a long time for that. So politics aside, you feel, you know, think what you like out of that, but it's going to be a huge difference in my life, and hopefully it really only results in more consistent and ongoing content on the channel. So that's really the upside there. I also did a stream today. Thank you for those that came over onto Twitch and hung out while I recorded Songs of Six and RimWorld. RimWorld, spoiler alert, didn't turn out so hot, but it's releasing before this episode anyway, so perhaps you will have already seen that. If you're interested in the outcomes, definitely go check out that episode. And, nice. And let me know what you think about how that playthrough is going, and whether or not we need to kind of recycle, not recycle, reload a save. That's entirely different. Anyways, Oni also had a big update today. I think it was today or yesterday, and some stuff has changed. In particular, the critter drop-off / pickup / drop-off is no more. We have instead a single either pickup or drop off, which is kind of cool. So for instance, in this area, we're gonna have to go ahead. I mean, we're gonna have to do this all over the base, but critters should be picked up from here. Is what's gonna happen. This building can be deconstructed. Maybe I'll deconstruct that first before we build that. Let me make sure I'm not destroying the wires underneath there. No, should be okay. I gotta remember to turn my deconstruct on to only that. Okay. Critter pickup, because what happens here, of course, is the eggs of the glossy drecklets and the grubs and sweetles, they all get swept into this room, and then the idea is that they will then get picked up and either processed here in the drowner or put back into their various enclosures if they are short on population, which it doesn't appear they are right now, but that's okay. And this should be a fairly high priority. Maximum of 0 critters. That's the idea anyways. We have a lot of idle dupes too. 8 idle? You guys have nothing to do. It's mind-blowing. We need to set up a construction project. So one thing I was doing is I was moving this guy. What do you call this? A water sieve. Just out here, because I want to be able to make ranches on this side or 96 wide buildings. We don't have to do that, but I want it to be an option. So, yeah, the idea being that the output, maybe we'll just go up there. Yeah, the output from the washrooms will go there. It will come back through here, through there. Really absurd it is. Maybe. I was looking at rerouting this stuff, and I'm just trying to have a think here and make sure that there is enough water backed up to refill these things. So I had thought of going straight through here and just letting them fill up, but I feel like that doesn't allow enough of a buffer. So no, we're not going to go just like that. We're going to come this way. What is the deal here? Right, I feel like that bridge is necessary until we're ready to switch this over, so... yeah, I think we're just going to put a bridge over it. Rather than try and make vertical bridges there. We'll do that horizontal bridge. And then it can back up through there. We'll use this line, probably, to send the water down back into this stuff. By this stuff, I mean this is the water storage purification area. And we have a fair bit of water sitting in there. Now, amazingly, when I first loaded up Oni on screen today, or on stream, it crashed immediately. Which you would expect on the release day of a major patch for a game like this, but that is very, at least in my playthrough, is very mod heavy. And within an hour or half hour, actually, I think the rest of the mods were all up to date. Which was really incredible. Now, some of them probably didn't really need tweaking, but yeah, everyone updated their versions, and it loaded up the second try, no problem. So I'm just so impressed that that was the case, when it could very easily have taken days to come back to Oni, which I was prepared for, but in fact was unnecessary, so here we are. Okay, the one thing I will do is give that a little snip, so we don't use that system yet, unless we need to. Which we don't. We're gonna need power out to that. Maybe we'll go around here. Or should I just do the maybe smarter thing and throw a joint plate there? I don't know if that's smarter or not, but that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, just trying to clean up the base and make it a little more logical here. This coolant area, the coolant loop needs a desperate rebuild. To the point where I think we're gonna stop cooling the base. And we'll let all of that figure itself out. That's gonna take forever. It's actually probably never gonna work that way. Yeah, you guys don't need to rebuild that. Can you instead go that way? And then what we could do is shut off the supply to the cooling loop itself. Now, I do want that cooling loop to run, but we're effectively taking so much length of the water that's in there, and it's all become superfluous. Like it's unnecessary. So we'll work that out. We're still cooling aluminum through here. Yeah, the aluminum here is 64 degrees. The aluminum up here is 658 degrees. So we are on sweep, aluminum. So if I hit the wrong key, that should sweep all that aluminum up. And drop it down here. And then the temperature is going to average out. Didn't turn out to be that much of a change because there wasn't that much aluminum down there. But that allows us to actually cool the aluminum down to quote-unquote room temperature or whatever. Just a more manageable temperature. Gosh, there's so much hot stuff in there. Anyways, I do want to continue to cool down the aluminum, and actually we will, because I forgot this is the system that is cooling the aluminum. This system is cooling the water. So it's the water cooling that will be done, not done, but will be slowed down for a while. And I don't know, should I get rid of this entirely and just move it down closer to the water? I don't know. I don't know if I'll do that. It seems like more of a pain in the ass than is necessary right now. I say the one thing I am going to do is expand out, and I already started this. I'm expanding out these water things. Can we not just... No, I can't just destroy the pipes. I guess I can. They're buildings. Yeah, so everything up to about here, which is gonna include these. Oh, they're there for a reason too. Maybe we'll actually fill this all the way up. Liquid nuclear waste. No, thank you. And try and squeeze that gas. Anyways, I'm gonna build up the walls here so we can store even more water. I don't know how much that's gonna be necessary given how much extra water we have sitting around. But extra water is not really a bad thing, is it? We still have more geysers, don't we? Maybe not. What's here? Yeah, we have another steam vent that we can access if we so choose. So, lots of water. Just lots of water. These two running gives us an awful lot of stuff to play with. Oh wow, did they already rip that down already? Amazing, Dukes. You're amazing. The filters, I'm pretty sure these valves will operate underwater. I don't know, or I couldn't imagine why not. So, all right, we're gonna carry on these ladderways. The power is gonna need to be rerouted. Yeah, these are gonna have to be extended. So we'll get that all worked out. So what was I gonna say about the update was, yeah, the critter pickup drop off. It doesn't look like they're doing the babies still. Do I need to click all and say max critter 0, pick up all? Anyways, you can change the material of a thing just by clicking this button. You've got configs, and I'm not sure that's element filter. I don't really understand. Well, I do understand that actually, so hello? Did that just mess up? Yeah, it kind of did. Okay, yeah, I had to actually designate what gets wrangled out. Which seems weird to me. I would expect if you put no critters on the list, it would just assume that you want everything wrangled out of there. Anyways, that'll now function as I want. This is gonna be a proper drop-off, the new drop-off. Though if you ask me, I prefer the visual style of the old drop-offs to these new ones. It's a small thing, you know, not really a big deal. Oh, they're gonna get drowned, I see. Well, fair enough. Poor little guys. But that does explain why they weren't getting cleaned out of there before. So, yeah, fair enough. I did move the exosuit forge in here. I can't remember if I did that off camera or during the last episode, but here we are. Can I put this thing down here? I mean, in theory. I just have to move some stuff. We'll do that. I just want to clean out this, like, look at this. This is just kind of crazy nonsense in here. You can go away, you can go away. These power lines, they can go away. So much cleanup to do, but I think we're going to be left with a much more manageable base out the other side. Maybe I should... Yeah, actually, I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to route this all the way up through here. Something like so. Alright, are we still recovering water from the loop? We are. That's what I mean, like, all this water in the loop is no longer necessary in there. But we have a buffer, so that's good. So, yeah, we're rebuilding systems. What was the other thing I was going to show you? So, there is also blueprints. And I clicked this button, which is see more blueprints in the supply closet, and I don't remember if any of this functionality was in the game before. But you can change stuff. It's basically skins. Which is, I think, super cool. And there's stuff that's locked. So that's a lot of stuff you can unlock and add a little variety to your game. I don't know, I thought this was super nice. You know, change the color of gloves and things. I don't know how you get them quite yet, but, you know, this is literally my first, you know, hour with the with this patch, so we'll figure it out in time. Buddy Bud, let's put Buddy Bud all over the place. And then we can also build this stuff here. Like I say, it's just carbon copy all the way through. We'll get this stuff all plumbed in at some point. Yeah, I am very tempted to, like, starting with this cooling system, obviously, to tear out all the plumbing and redo it, except for where absolutely necessary, like the washroom, because it doesn't really need to be redone. Some of it can be rerouted, as I am doing, but beyond that, it's not 100% necessary. What do we have this coming through? Okay, we are pumping this water. Ah, it is feeding the thimble reed. And we have 745 units of reed fiber. I might just call it good there for reed fiber. And turn this guy off, because we need to recite this pump anyways. It needs to live down there. Yeah, let's stop feeding the thimble reed. We'll let that empty out, and then all this plumbing is pretty much ready to disappear. At least a lot of it is. Okay. So, we're done using the washroom there. This guy's powered up. Let's put it on a priority 7 so it gets its filtration delivered to it in good time. The stuff like this, like a water sieve, it doesn't produce, you know, so much heat as to be a big problem. The exosuit forge, that kind of thing. I mean, we would still need to cool the base, which is intended. But I feel like things that, like that we're going to be hauling sand and stuff to, we could just leave inside the base, or at least conveniently placed so that we can get, I guess, whatever it needs. Sand. Filtration medium, yeah. Sand. So we can get sand delivered to it without having to have a special trip with a suit. But it's kind of one way or another. We're gonna either have constant suit trips where almost everything done by the dupes is going to be done outside the living quarters area of the base, which I'm kind of leaning towards. It's either we do that or we do kind of a mixed use where we have the kitchen, the ranches, the farming and stuff inside the main base. I think, well, actually, yeah, I say I was leaning towards the one, but now, you know, you gotta weigh the pros and cons, and the pros of not having to wear out that much, the suits, is a pretty big pro, because that's where all that reed fiber is being used, right? This should be set to repair Atmos suit forever, priority 7. And we need to finish this with this critter drop-off. Yeah, personally, I like the hanging chain arrow thing. I think it'd be kind of neat. I am considering doing some 3D prints of Oni-inspired objects. I wonder if there'd be a market for that. I don't know. Knickknacks, right? Of various types. Oh, it's half is going to one sieve, half is going to the other. Yeah, we can all go to one sieve, please. The one sieve is working. The one sieve to rule them all and bind them. In the darkness. In the darkness, bind them. As it were. Alright, then we can come back through here. Delete that stuff. And this plumbing certainly can be straightened out better. Gosh, we're still, look at the, still emptying this cooling loop. It's madness. Is it the same cooling loop? Wait, that's right, because it would go through the base. It would come out of the base, and it would go down here. Down, down, down. And then through this, so that's the tail end of it. And then it goes all the way around there. And then it goes all the way down here. And through 2 loops. Like, it's just crazy. Crazy spaghetti. So I'm trying to have less crazy spaghetti in our lives going forward. I hope people can appreciate that, because it's not a lot of forward progress at this point. But I mean, we're in a comfortable spot. We got lots of food. We got lots of oxygen. We have lots of water. Lots of power. It's no big deal. Coal, we're sitting at 554 tons. This is a number we should... 555. Pretty easy number to remember. Coal, 555. And we'll figure out whether we're still going up or down that way. Yeah, I put a bottom on this because I think we're gonna actively pump out the carbon dioxide and put it into... Do we put it into here? To give you an idea, we have 1,214 kilograms of carbon dioxide that we've sequestered in here. 1214. Compare that to our primary oxygen storage. It's at 2737. And so that gives you an idea. We're still overproducing tons of oxygen and all that jazz. Okay, that needs to go away. This will need to go away. I don't even think we need it. Oh no, we do need it, rather. Because that's our pump for that. Pipe blocked, yeah. Okay, this guy is decommissioned. Yeah, I may end up moving that sieve again, but it's an easy job. Okay, this insulated pipe. Actually, we can start tearing it out. Yeah, we can start tearing out that piping. All right, here we go. We're gonna start all the way back here. And all of this piping. Where is this coming from? That's the return line. Right. Yeah, this is gonna have to be done with some haste, as a matter of fact. Simply because we're not gonna be cooling off the hydrogen generators, but they're gonna be okay for a little while. He says, and we'll probably forget. So we'll rip that back to there. We'll pull this all back. This very confusing, kind of willy-nilly cooling system that just needs to not exist anymore. At least until we rebuild it. And I'll pull it back to those bridges there. Still, it's only just come through this stuff. This system, I was gonna say, is probably fine. It's also probably a nightmare. Alright, we have this water is taking steam and it's adding that into this reservoir just to cool all that water in one place, as opposed to doing another big loop around there. I do have thoughts of doing the same thing with this water supply. Instead of running this big cooling loop all the way down here, we could just pump the water up into this reservoir as necessary. Continue to just cool this. that might be more worthwhile. But I also feel... Hey, that thing's still working pretty well, isn't it? Look at that. I feel like this could be better. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go Scorched Earth on this thing. Okay, this can stay. This where it pumps the water up. And the rest of this can go. This can all go. What a nightmare. Oh yeah, chain destruction. That's gonna make things a lot easier. That's right, I was saying in the last, like, I probably wouldn't do this without chain destruction. It's my first time using this mod. And I definitely see how it can be considered stupid overpowered, but also kind of necessary. Now, let's have a look at this, make sure we haven't screwed anything up. I think we're okay. This guy's not really being used anymore. Let's just pull the piping back a ways. I may never use that again, so we'll try and tidy it up a little bit. This was never used. This was another method of cooling oxygen before it went into the base, which is still tempting to do, actually. If we just cool the oxygen to 20 degrees consistently. But maybe we'll combine that with cooling down stuff from this minor volcano down the line, because I do want to harness that. I have thoughts on doing that, though. Ah, yes. We need to also copy some settings out here. Yeah, we're still cleaning up the map. Given that we're running at... actually, I was going to say we're running at like 30 FPS, and then I come up here and it's like 17, 18. Kind of jumps between 15 and 30. So not super amazing. Okay, let's put in this pipe. And erase the pipe we don't need. What was this pipe? That was for feeding... That's for feeding water into... I think it was for Bristle Blossom or something at one time. Or just to hook it into the current water system. But I will redo that. So I want all this... No, wait, there's still water in that system because I haven't finished this, right? Let's get rid of this. Pull it all the way back. All the way back to there. This piping... That was to fill up that cooling loop. I don't think it's necessary anymore. So let's just pull it back. So much that was temporary is now being removed, which is a nice feeling in a way. Okay, so that is all returning to the reservoir, so this cooling loop is basically done. It's decommissioned. We're gonna have to build some ladders to access this stuff, I imagine. Oh my god, look at this. Okay, it went in here, over there, across here, around, back up, over. that really how this works? And then this loop, I'm gonna snip this loop. Am I though? I'm looking at it, I'm seeing the things, I just don't understand what the hell I did. Oh yeah, this went across and then back up. For reasons. But I want to shut off the output, so the output was... What am I looking at? Bridges. I'm looking at bridges. Okay, the output's in the bottom left. That was confusing the heck out of me. This is the one. So we'll let this system empty out. And we'll probably redo some of this as well. Well, we will redo all this. There, it all falls away. I should have done a lot of this before I swept lower down. Okay, so all this can come out. Just want to make sure I don't end up destroying the water feed from here, which just goes up and then dumps into there, and it's overpressure anyway, so it doesn't matter. Because yeah, we had some ice in there at one time, and it overflowed, which is why we have a nice skim of water on top of this salt water. Okay, look at all that going. It's insanity! Okay. Feels good. Feels good though. This is cathartic. It's very cathartic. That is going to continue to run around until what? No, it'll just get back in here because we're not feeding it anymore. So this is just going to empty. Send green if above 0 degrees Celsius. That'll make sure it catches all. And then I'm going to rethink this outside bit here. It needs a reservoir. It probably doesn't need 2 reservoirs though. So, cooling loops are getting redone all around. Yeah, we've got like 3 reservoirs. Actually, I think this one is necessary. And it could be feeding the whole system. So yeah, this one is necessary for its position before this loop. Is that correct? I don't even know anymore, man. What is reality? Why is the sky blue? Do we want brine or 𝘊𝘆𝘏 eggs? I'm just going to re-roll a couple times. We'll take curative tablets. Thank you very much. Probably a mod, but, you know, in retrospect, it has made it so that I can utilize an awful lot more of the printing pod. I'm not sure how I feel about it in the end, if it's an overpowered kind of thing or not. Okay, here we go. Let's... Oh, right. If I want to keep this reservoir and this reservoir alone, then I need to let this stuff out. Because there's 2,070 kilograms. How on earth did this even connect? We'll run it through. I'll run it through the system, I'll put it in this reservoir, and then I can rip out that. That was a mistake on my part. Yeah, there's going to be all kinds of stuff randomly here and there that we can't access, and that's okay. We shall create access in ways that it then can be removed pretty easily with chained destruction. Yeah, that'll do. Trying to come up with some semblance of order around here. One thing I need to do also is these transit tubes off the top of the base need to disappear. The heavy watt joint plate has already disappeared. That plastic ladder. That guy. So we want to go all the way across to there, and they can still access all those, it's just an awful long trip. As opposed to going right off over the top, they'd have to float through the system all the way around. But I want that. I do want to extend the base out the top, or at least float the top. What are you doing? You're bugged. You are bugged. You were in a tube. I bet you were in a tube traveling through there. Yeah. I can see us having to resweep the top of this. But I'm going to cancel a bunch of that for now. I guess these ladders can be there. There's no problem with that. There we go. They got popped out of the tube. So that's fixed that. Little variation in the placement of the arrow pots. It's not going to kill anyone, hopefully. How else do I want to decorate these? Because I feel like they could use a little bit more. Honestly, they could use a painting. But I'm not sure it's gonna... It's probably gonna look too cluttered, but let's do it anyways for now. And I can change my mind later. Gold paintings. And that's the 6 beds that we quote unquote need. In fact, we only need 3 because of the way we have our shifts set up. But I could start amalgamating shifts to have 6 in each, right? And really spread them out. Wow, look at the time. It's been 43 minutes, so we're back to the longer episodes, that's for sure. I think that's going to be it for now. I'll bring it back again. Again, remember, you kind of asked for seeing all the stuff, so I could be doing some of this away from the episodes, so to speak. But I want to include you guys. Nothing like being included, right? Okay, this all needs to go like that. And I'm going to set that up like so. Just in case we back up a long way, I want priority to be on the washroom loop. And why is that broken? Okay. Yeah, we're already backing up. This needs to get done. And it will. Now that we have identified the problem there, it should be just fine. So expect more system revamps here in the new future. New future? Yes, the new future. The near future. And we'll continue to do our thing here. Yeah, just 2 tiles, or 2 pipes need to be built, and then that's working again. We need to go and get some dupes out here to deconstruct that stuff. I think we could have another chute. What am I looking at here? Oh yeah, they're emptying onto that line. Yeah, and then sorting out all the stuff will happen later. As long as it's all in one area, I'm okay with that for now, and we'll come up with a more robust storage solution later on. For now, though, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Channel growth has slowed, but it's still good. But yeah, I'm chomping at the bit for 1,000 subs, so if you can help out, it would mean a lot to me and to the growth of the channel as a whole. But yeah, I'll let you go with that. Have a great rest of your day, folks. Goodbye for now.